This is day 3 of this YouTube journey, and I started out doing it primarily to give myself a way to learn and keep track of my progress while I'm studying for my insurance exam. So I decided it would be a good idea to create a YouTube channel, and as I learn things, upload it to the page, so I can go back later on and reference it, create my own knowledge base, and maybe along the way share some information to other people who are on the same journey. So it was pretty straightforward when I wanted to get it launched. But as I've been moving forward and doing it, the first show or the first video I shot, it was smooth. It was easy. It went well. I even saw some numbers. I saw the 200 views and engagement and subscribers, and that was good. You want that in the beginning. But I'm been around the block a couple times, and I understand how beginner's luck works. So sure enough, when I came to do the second video, before I even posted it, I was just struggling to even come up with what to do. I was almost getting a little bit of anxiety thinking about how I'm sounding, how I'm looking. I was obsessing over the lighting, and really it was just procrastination because I didn't want to sit in front of the camera and talk, because I realized in that moment that the reason I was struggling was because I hadn't really internalized information, and I didn't have anything really to share relevant to the topic that I had set out to do. So that I got stuck. I got stuck in there. So, but I eventually did it. I eventually was able to speak on what were we talking about. It wasn't mutual insurance companies. That's what we talked about the first video. The second video was about fraternal benefit societies, and I definitely could have went more in depth about what they are, and I'm not going to try to do it now because I have to really study. So what I found works best for me, and I'm going to show you some of the clips that I did actually while I was studying. While I was at the library studying, I would read the part of the exam study guide. Again, this is for my insurance license. And as I would get the information, I would make a video right there on the spot because it's fresh in my mind. And it was actually way better. I like the content quality of what I'm doing better. And I'm going to have to fix this mic too because I don't like how I move. It just bounces around. That ain't going to work for me. This is so much that I didn't anticipate going into this that I was going to have to overcome. Not even my own internal issues, my own self-esteem, but just the technical aspects of it. And it's not because I couldn't get it to work. It worked, but I'm looking for excuses to not do the videos. I'm going to be 1,000%. So I obsess over every little thing, even the headphone. Look at the headphones is off. I don't even know why. I don't know how this even happens, but it's not symmetrical. And then I had to go ahead and get a haircut because my hair was looking crazy, but I was so focused and so dedicated on doing the content that I had to do it. So again, the purpose I set out to do when I first started making these videos, again, this is video number 3, was just to keep track of what I learned so that I could go back and do it. And when I posted that first video, I posted it in the BPP team. That's Shandon Jabari's team. They brought me in. That's how I'm actually involved in the insurance agency or industry. I posted it in the WhatsApp chat, and people are like, hey, I didn't know that. That's dope. Keep going. Encouragement. Shout out to Marcus Woods. He really encouraged me to make the videos. So I'm like, all right, cool. There's something here that I can do that benefits more than just me. And I decided to really start to take it serious. So my goal now is just to do as many videos with information that I think that I learned that I think is important. And hopefully from there, it can grow into something bigger. There's so many topics that I'm interested in. Insurance is, to me, a vehicle in order to begin to go into the endeavors that have more passion about, right? But what I am passionate about in the insurance industry is just the concept of mutual shared risk, right? We're going to reduce the risk of loss by working together, right? Group economics. That concept is something that I've enjoyed thinking about and would love to incorporate in different ways, right? From real estate to businesses. When I was younger, I used to play a game called SimCity. I still play the game SimCity. And now my son, he's 4, he plays the game SimCity. He builds roads, he builds hospitals. He understands when there's a lot of crime, you got to build schools. So when I was in 5th grade, I started learning that game, and it really helped just shape my mindset and the possibilities. And I realized in this world, it's on us, and everybody who has the opportunity to live, gets a moment for them to step up to the plate and to put policy in place to produce businesses, to produce value, to just contribute to the society, because this society that we live in wasn't built, obviously overnight, and it has to be maintained by us. There's nobody other than humans to maintain it. So when we get to a certain age or a certain point of our life, it's our responsibility to create the world that we want, not just for ourselves or for our families, but like we got to contribute to the bigger society, because the opportunities that we've had, that we've that we've taken advantage of, were put in place by generations and generations before us. So I always feel like we have to pay it forward, and we have to create the groundwork for the next generation. So group economics to me is a way to do that, because now you've created something, a culture, a society, value system that can get passed down along the line way down the future when we're gone. So I look at insurance as a way to kind of move that objective forward. Outside of insurance though, I'm really passionate about audio, video. I love making music. I haven't made music in a while, kind of put that on the back burner because again, I'm more focused on legacy and generation building right now. And of course you can do it with music, but I started to notice there's a lot of other things you can do too that have the same, if not more of an impact. So the whole industry of audio, video as a whole, I'll give you an example. Some of the things that I do for work is we produce conferences. So it could be corporate conference, meetings, seminars, trade shows. And every one of those aspects have some kind of audio, video element to it. We went on tour, 19 Keys and Ameche. We did the Apollo, to Baltimore, to Philadelphia, Detroit, Chicago. And I was there controlling the projector screen, the videos that you were seeing on there, the audio, making sure everybody had their mics. So, I mean, that's what I've kind of worked my way into via music and experience I got into the recording studios, was able to parlay that into a nice career doing audio video. We call it a V1 video engineer, also A1 audio engineer. So on my channel too, I want to talk about that as well, because I think that's a great opportunity for anyone who's young, looking for something to do out of high school. Maybe you don't want to go to college or can't go to college, but you want to jump into a trade. This is definitely a trade that's going to be there. And even outside of the live events, it translates into commercial integration, which I did as well. We were working for Google, YouTube, and installing their offices and a bunch of cool stuff we did there. So it's insurance, it's audio, video, it's global international trade. I'm a systems guy. I like looking at the big picture and being able to produce products in one area because of the natural resources that are exclusive to that area, and add value to it and export that to somewhere else where it can get a little more value added onto it, and then to the end product that gets shipped wherever it needs to go. That concept is cool for my mind, and I would love to move in that direction eventually as well. So again, you got to start somewhere. So insurance, right? It's like, how are we going to start? I'm going to start insurance because I think that that's a great opportunity to network with business-minded people. It'll put me in the same rooms as the financial guys. It'll put me in the same room as the major corporations. It'll put me in the same room as families who have legacy and have generational wealth. So this is where we start. And we're on this journey together, because I think that what we uncover on this channel, what we learn together, will allow us to start practicing group economics, even if the first thing we do is start our own captive insurance company, right? And the captive insurance company is similar to the mutual insurance company, where the policyholders own the company and they are able to reap benefits via dividends. So I'm kind of going on. I think I'm doing good with my breathing. I'm feeling a lot better. The microphone set like this, the headphone set like this, I can hear myself. This feels a lot better. I had to lav on, but it's a process. When I first started making music, I was terrible. I remember my mom let me empty out my bank account. I was like 16. I had $500 in there, and it had just been growing just with the bank interest rate since I was a little kid. So it had got to the point of $500, and I was pretty adamant about making beats at that point. I had a couple of keyboards, some Casio keyboards where you can make beats on. You could record, but you couldn't quantize. It was limited, but I had got to the point where I'm like, all right, I need something that I can record, that I can quantize, put it on beat. So we go to the Guitar Center. They had a sale. It was Labor Day. Labor Day, if you don't know, if they have crazy sales. So we got out there early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was second in line. and we walked in there. I was going there to actually buy Fruity Loops because a friend of mine had told me, if you want to make beats, you got to use Fruity Loops. So I was like, all right, we're going to go get Fruity Loops. We went there. The Guitar Center guy, he talked me out of Fruity Loops. He was like, yeah, we got a Phantom S keyboard. You should get that. That's $400. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know. I just wanted to make beats. So, and I had been used to keyboards anyways on the Casio. So I got the keyboard, and that's when my music really started to take off, and it changed my life. And I was able to do a lot of cool things in music. And we'll talk about my experiences in the music industry as well, because that definitely ties in to the broader picture here, because music, entertainment, and media are a large part of our society, and a large part of economics, and therefore group economics, microeconomics, however you want to call it. So we got a lot of cool things we're going to talk about on this channel. I had to make this video because just doing the content, the educational content, insurance is not exciting. I'm trying to make it exciting, but I needed a break. I needed to just talk to the people, talk to you, walk you through what's going on, make a little more sense, because I don't want to just put out a bunch of videos that are just talking about the same things that other people are talking about. I'm going to do that eventually because that's what I'm here to do, but I want to put that in context of the bigger vision here. So, man, thanks for listening. Thanks for tapping in. I feel a lot better. This is my setup now. I can change the lights in the back. I got blue here. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Please subscribe. All of that. And together, we're going to create something great here. I'm dedicated. I'm locked in. And, that's what we're going to do. So I'm Steve Lamont Greer. Thanks for tapping in. Catch you on the next one. Peace.